Arknights Rainbow Six Siege collaboration event. I would never have thought of a crossover between these two games, yet alone putting them in the same sentence. In my experience, video game crossovers were rare, and being part of one feels like a fresh breath of air. Rainbow Six Siege is that type of game that I come across on the internet from time to time, but never really look into it. Despite having little to no knowledge about the game, which is proven by this video, this crossover event has the best side story I have read so far. Let me explain. The side story is titled Operation Originium Dust. One of the main reasons why it is so enjoyable to read is that we finally get to see an encounter between Earthlings and Terrarians? Terra people? Yeah, we'll go with that. It's so interesting to see how Rainbow Team is adjusting themselves to the harsh environment of Terra as they get to know its technologies, because everything is powered by a mineral that produces energy and causes death to almost everyone in Terra, aka Originium. They also learn about oropathy being an incurable disease, and even Ash describes them as a disaster. After reading one chapter, I was excited to read the next one, looking forward to their first encounter with Rhodes Island operators. In addition to that, we got some more important information about Terra. Number 1. Every bullet has a miniature casting unit, ultimately making them part of a caster's staff, and one of the main reasons why they are an expensive commodity. Number 2. Big guns such as LMGs don't exist in Terra. Even the people who worked on Tachanka's DP-27 said calling it a gun would not be the correct way to describe this weapon. Number 3. An infected corpse evaporates into thin air if you don't cremate it. Number 4. Cars don't have fuel tanks. I'm pretty sure there are more bits and pieces to be found when it comes to the lore of Terra, but those 4 are the ones that I was able to dig up. Lore aside, the story itself was very well written. They managed to integrate it seamlessly to the overall Arknights lore, and without reading too much on the official Rainbow Six website, I have a rough idea of each member's personality. Ash is disciplined and strict, but at one point of the story, she was being critical and doubted the actions of herself and the team. Tachanka is a chill guy and humorous, making him the comic relief in the team to some degree. He is also full of curiosity, willing to learn the new technologies and literature of Terra. Blitz is optimistic and goofy, as well as a quick learner because he was able to pick up new languages with little difficulty in order to communicate with the locals. Frost seems reserved and the quiet type, but also very intelligent. In her operator files, it was mentioned that she spent most of her time in one of the Rhodes Island workshops producing hunting equipments and traps. In addition to being the best side story event so far, the event also provides benefits to both Yoastar and Ubisoft, and of course the players. Yoastar gets their revenue from the limited banner and packs. The players get to enjoy the new operators and an incredible story which allows the theorists to start theory crafting. Ubisoft reaching out to a new audience and maybe reviving a 6-year-old game that everyone thought was dead. Emphasis on maybe, because I checked on Steam charts and SteamDB, there was no change in trends in terms of player counts. Now some of you may ponder if there will be a future collaboration or crossover event in Arknights, and everything from this point on will be my speculation. I think there will be another collaboration or crossover event at some point in the future, but it will not likely be with Ubisoft again. If you take a look at Genshin Impact, they had a collaboration with KFC a while ago, which in turn brought in new menus both in the game and in KFC restaurants in China. And that was it. However, there is an upcoming crossover with Sony that will bring in Aloy as a playable character. So if we follow this trend, Yoastar would most likely be collaborating with a different company in order to keep the content fresh. Who knows? We'll have to keep an eye on the CN server, and feel free to share in the comments on what you think about a future crossover. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. Did you get Ash under 120 polls? If you find this video helpful, please consider dropping a like, and I'll see you next time.